Alright guys, what's going on YouTube? This is Chaos-Reighn here. Once again, I am here to bring you a little bit of a update to just how my game is going, how things are rolling along. Today I've managed to make a little bit of exalts here and there, but today hasn't been about hard grinding the exalts, more about setting up the farm and getting things ready. So, I felt like it's about time for me to kind of, you know, obviously this is a 100 subscriber thank you video, and I do appreciate everyone joining me on my adventure. This is a really fun adventure, and as you all know by now, I basically built a full iShot build using nothing but white tier maps. Now, as this video is going to entail, I am probably going to be moving on to yellow tier maps relatively soon. If, as you know, the whole white tier map thing was for me to show you how much I can build and how much I can get using nothing but white tier, and I'm now past that point where I have a full build able to do red tier maps, but I'm moving to yellow tier to kind of show, basically you can save up for a headhunter even doing yellow tier maps in no time whatsoever. So as such, I felt like I'm going to show you my new little not new, but my farming as what I'm doing right now. And I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about why this is so good and why it's so valuable to do this. So, this is basically a little bonus kind of thing. As you guys know, I do like heist, I do run heist, I do grand heist all the time, and I try to get some replicas, trying to get some cool stuff. And today I did pretty good. I got a 2123 gem, I got a 6 link, and what you're about to see here, I got a pretty good amount of stuff going. I got all these gems you see here. I usually sell these for about 5C, 3C, 3 to 4C otherwise. I got one of these, a 6 link potentiality rod, and just a couple miscellaneous things here and there. I did get a 2123 blight. Someone has one up for 40C, but when that one's bought out, hopefully mine sells. I'm at 28X, and I actually found two. I sold one. He's gonna pay me eventually, and then I have these ones already rolled, and whenever they sell, they sell. Now there's a farming method that you can use to basically sustain your sextants up at a high number. As you can see, I have 121 sextants. If you remember my last video, I was down to like 80 or 90, and I have done nothing but farm heist since then, and I've just been kind of casually hanging out farming heist. But not only have I been farming heist for, say, sextants, I've also been farming heist for maps. As you can see, there's a whole load of delirium maps that I'm getting. I have a bunch of deli maps, and I have a bunch of blight maps, which also drop in these chests. So if you didn't already know what I'm talking about, engineering is the only contract that you can find the map chests. Excuse me, that's my dog. And that's that's really good to know. The map chests drop you sextants, chisels, maps, and occasionally they will drop you the higher end maps such as delirium orbed maps, that drop with delirium orbs on them, or blight maps that drop with a blight encounter on them. Now, there is a possibility with those maps you can encounter 2 blight encounters if you have the right notables on your tree, etc., etc. But for the sake of, being humble, I'm just going to basically be like, hey, look, this is what I got going on, and this is what you can expect. As you can see, I can't really turn off my map and show you, but I have this engineering isn't that bad. There's not a whole lot going on in here, but it's not that bad. We have essences. Obviously, the mystery rooms are one of my favorite rooms. If you can't tell, I just beelined it for it. It's really good. And this specific contract isn't too good. We don't have a map chest, but map chests spawn roughly 10 to 20% of the time per room, and you can get obviously multiple map chests per contract. And when you get those, you can get anywhere between 1 to 2 or more awakened sextants, and you can get a whole bunch of other stuff. If not, you get things like this where it's essences, and if you remember me saying before, essences are really valuable this league. Now, you can also farm essences via the other methods I've mentioned, which is basically doing the exotic goods nodes and stuff like that. But it's all up to you on what your method is. If you do enjoy door league, as everyone calls it, aka heist, you can do this method. Or if you, like me, enjoy pretty much changing things up every now and then, you can do heist and then do harbingers and then do exotic goods and then do pretty much anything you want. That's always good to do as well. Now, I will say that there's a little bit of something to be said about the way you encounter these things. You can pretty much go out of your way to buy, heists and contracts like I did, or you can just farm them up yourself and run them when you have the chance. Either way, it really depends on your personal preference. If you don't like to buy contracts and you don't think you're gonna enjoy losing currency to get the potentiality of currency, I'll stop you there. You're going to get currency running contracts in the Grand Heists. I literally walked out of each of those. I ran 2 Grand Heists today. It took me a while because I unlocked so many rooms that I literally had to walk out with a full inventory every single wing for 8 wings. And I know a lot of it might have been white tier maps and yellow tier maps that were taking up space, but even if they're white or yellow tier, something you gotta know is that I use all that. I can run white tier maps in like no time flat. That's gonna take me no time. So if you remember my other video, also I did mention that I've gotten a whole bunch of essences, and on video I have already upgraded all my essences to the highest tier that I could. And then here, if you look, we have a pretty decent amount of essences we gotten in the short amount of time we've been doing this. I've only ran like 4 or 5 contracts maybe, and then like the blueprints that I did run, and we have a decent stockpile, as you can see. And by the time I'm done running all my engineering, I really think I'm gonna have a lot more sextants, a lot more maps, a lot more delirium maps, a lot more blight maps, or maps with blight on them. Sorry, I have to be specific because blight maps are a little bit different. I might have some guardian maps. All of these were from map chests, and I will have definitely a lot of essences. And although it may not look like it because my numbers haven't gone up too big since the last video, and I've been grinding for about 3 or 4 hours today, it will happen. It will happen to a point to where I'm going to be basically getting a whole bunch of currency as things go along. Now, I will say that there's a lot of hearsay, if ands or buts or whatever, on what you can do, how you can go about your farming methods. I recommend you choose what you feel like is best for you, and you definitely kind of figure out, what is your comfort level in making the currency you want to make. As you see, I don't have just 80 plus contracts here. I have 69. I have some 70s, and the reason being is, even though I'm not going to guaranteed get a bunch of really good stuff out of these ones, you still get stuff. You still get blight maps. You still get delirium maps. You still get sextants that, even if you get the lower ones, they'll work towards upgrading. And the best part is they're easy. They're quick. You can get them knocked out within a minute or two. Isla's the fastest action speed that you can get, and if you stack her action speed, it's even better. Now, I haven't yet done it, which I just kind of wanted to wait for a video to show you exactly what you can do. Well, Isla, if you look, my Isla duplicates sextant with a 10% chance, and then duplicate the map fragments, and then obviously she has the increased rogue marker gain. Now, I was going to basically roll a new one to kind of show you basically how easy it is to get these rolled to a point to where they're specific to your jobs. So let's go brew, yeah? Okay, we have one right here. So let's see. So now we're going to take this, we're going to put it in our currency tab. Also, I've sold all my fusings, which is cool. I gotten my 2 silver oils, which is going to go toward anointing my breath stealers. And today I'll probably be finishing my boots and putting aspect on them so I can change these out for the breath stealers. But let's see what we get. Oh, I have to scour it first. Also, I was pointed this out by a friend of mine, and something you can do is, if you don't want to use your alchemies, use your bindings. Like, if you look, bam, bindings. We have right there, you have 16% rogue marker, increased time before lockdown, chance to duplicate catalyst tier 3, chance to duplicate scarabs tier 2. So if we just keep going like this, eventually we're going to hit, something pretty good. Like right here, this is actually really strong, okay? That took me a couple scours and bindings, and we have tier 2 rogue marker, tier 3 job speed, then we have the big part here, the delirium orb duplications and splinters, and we have the duplication of divination cards. Well, unfortunately, I don't think delirium orbs drop in chests anymore in heist. It's only via the curios, and I don't think that counts. But for the sake of it, what I would normally do with this is I would put this on Vendiri, because Vendiri is the one that encounters all those splinters and stuff like that the most. So let's go to allies and Vendiri. Let's see what he has. Vendiri has duplicate delirium orb splinters and T1. He also has damage, but even though that's T1 for the T1 of that roll, this has more rolls on it, and we can duplicate divination cards whenever he's in the grand heist as well. Plus the job speed helps a lot because Vendiri is very, very slow. Now I do have, yeah, I have him for trap disarmament. Okay. Now let's go ahead and roll this one and just kind of see how easy it is to roll this one, shall we? So yeah, this might be boring, sorry, but I figured I'd kind of show you what you're looking for and what you can get. We have tier 4 duplicate or tier 4 increased markers, tier 1 increased markers, tier 2 delirium orbs, time before lockdown, and hiring fee. This is actually really strong as well. So duplicating delirium orbs and splinters, as you saw, like I just immediately put it on Vendiri. Well, if you don't want to put it on Vendiri, or if you want to, this one's actually a little better just because the hiring fee is reduced and the time before lockdown is really good, so you can open up extra chests. So, but without further ado, I figured I wanted to kind of bring you something a little different. So I'm just gonna put this in here and put it up for 20C, see if it sells. Alright, so now we're going to open up our next contract and kind of show you, how easy this is, everything like that, and how valuable it is to run these. Alright. Now, as I said, engineering is the only one that you can get the the map chest for, but that's not the only place sextants can drop. If I'm not mistaken, sextants can drop from small chest and sextants can drop from any kind of currency chest, but I could be wrong there. And it is still pretty valuable to run, any of these regardless, any of the contracts, but currently today I am only focusing on engineering to stockpile more sextants. That way I can get back to my currency farm methods. And, oh, we got an exalted. That was cool. And all in all, it is going to be a lot of grinding regardless to get my headhunter, and I still have gems I need to get awakened, but I think I'm just going to push for the headhunter and see if I can't get that done within the next couple of days here. I've made so much currency off of the Harbinger maps already that it's kind of hard not to do them some more. However, I am going to be moving up to yellow tier maps. Probably a high yellow tier, so 8 and 9s and 10s, and just mainly to show you that, hey, just because you can get X, Y, and Z using white tier maps doesn't mean it's the only thing you should do. And I don't know if I'm contradicting myself from my previous videos. If I am, I'm sorry. You're gonna probably find that a lot in my in my videos, and I did want to kind of drive home the fact that, hey, I don't mean to do it. I just sometimes I just kind of have an idea and then I have another idea. But yeah, I do hope that other than that little minor thing, you guys will enjoy my adventure of grinding out anything and everything I can using low tier maps. Now, this isn't to say that I can't do high tier maps. If you've seen my builds last league, if you've seen the content I do, I can do literally everything with iShot, and all that is gem levels. The higher the level of the gems I have, the easier it is going to be for me to just sit there and start knocking it out real quick. Now, I have an exalt, and because I have an exalt, I'm going to spend the time to secure it. Alright, cool. And then, instead of going straight for that end of the thing, Curio, we have a lot of chests here, right? So what we want to do here is we want to try and... Oh, well, actually, it looks like I have immediately alert. I don't even read yet. Immediately alert upon... Okay, so we're just going to leave. So now that we left, we're good. We can just kind of get things, done and over with. But as you see, contracts are good to run. I got a raw X, even though that's pretty lucky. It's still, those mystery chests are my favorite for a reason, and that's why I found more just random X drops out of those mystery chests than I have out of the currency chests this league. And it's really, really popular and really valuable to run them. So I do appreciate you guys joining me for this adventure, and this is me saying thank you again for bringing me to 100 subscribers, and I love y'all very much. You guys are really awesome, and if anyone has any questions and wants to see me do anything specific, I will definitely do it. I can also cover specific farming methods, and eventually, once I get my build a little, excuse me, a little more rounded off, like my gloves, my my new gloves done and my new boots done, or my new boots done, should I say? I will be definitely having a lot more of a fun time doing pretty much all content, and I do appreciate it again. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching my videos up until now, and I might be starting a stream later today. We'll see. Just keep an eye out for that video. I will post a short video with my twitch.tv again. And if anyone does want to join me for my video, then please, or for my stream, please feel free to do so. I can answer any questions. I can show you what I'm up to. And I can even, if you really want to watch me go pick up like 30 minutes of loot, I can go do those maps for you and show you how lucrative they can be. Talk to you all later.